has been a moment, everybody, since I've last been here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a 2-week check-in on this. Let's just say that June, I was out of town these 2 days for a concert in the Dallas area, and then on vacation this entire week, but I was kind of working on my office, and I am now filming this on the 16th, which I'm still working on the office. I'm in a new location and everything. I'm actually filming in my master bedroom or primary bedroom currently, because that is where I've had to move the desk while I'm working on the floor of the office. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the things. Let's see, check-in wise. Groceries for week 1. The only thing that I can see is this $25.68. I really do have a lot of food from all the Hungry Root orders from the previous months, so I'm trying to use that. However, I did go to the grocery store this day on the 14th and bought stuff while I'm working on the office, just so that way I can quickly eat it. So one of them was layer dip. That's a quick meal that I can just scoop some out of the bowl and pull some chips, and there's lunch or dinner. And then I got some pizzas and all of that, but that's for week 3, not for week 1 or 2. And let's see, the next thing is household. We have a couple household things. So week 1, we had $229.14 from Amazon, and we're already over budget on this. Right now I'm just going to write how much was spent. And groceries for week 2, we had nothing, but we do have I went and got one of my vacuum cleaners repaired at one of the service centers, and I needed a new motor, so $121.23, which is a lot cheaper than buying a brand new vacuum cleaner, so that is good on that. Then the next thing is miscellaneous, which I have nothing for either week, so that is good. And then we have in week 1 my monthly order for pet food, so $261.86. And then in week 2 it was flea and tick medicine for some of the cats, so $270.94 for week 2. Okay, let me quickly go through these right now. These are the main categories that I am trying to focus on, but we will go through the rest of the stuff that I also spent money on. Minus $25.68. Okay, then we are already over budget over here. Negative $129.14, negative $129.14, then minus $121.23, so that gets us negative $250.37, negative $250.37. Miscellaneous, we are good. Okay. Pet stuff minus $261.86 gets us $138.14. $138.14 minus $270.94 is negative $132.80. Okay, ready to go for week 3. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my pencil because some of this will require a pencil. I'm going to start off with some income first. So got my first paycheck, 28. I'm actually going to flip this over so I can write a little bit better. 54, which is $426.54 over. Okay, then I am election. Okay, we're gonna then I'm not gonna do this because this is week 3. Okay, we have some miscellaneous income so far, which I have put right here. So, and I'm not going to add it up until the very end. So I did get an additional $75 from working the elections back in May. I think that was like training and cell phone, using my cell phone, although that might have been on the previous one. I don't know, but I'm okay with, you know, $75 plus 2 something, $2.99. I'm good. Then I did get $295 from coworkers at work for one of our coworkers' retirement party, and then I further down here somewhere, I took the money out at some point. That might not be until the 12th. I took the money out on the 12th for gifts, so it may not show up until then. But I also included some of my money to go in that. So that is technically income, but it's going right out because it did go out in cash to my friend and coworker, and also former employee. So, okay. So I'm not going to add any of that stuff here until the end, but I am calculating it over here, so I kind of have a running total on everything. Okay, then let's see, what else have we done? So internet and cell phone have come out, so we can go ahead and check those off. And where's the gifts? Okay, internet. We have some business fees, which are going over here. So we had some Etsy renewals, $860. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So 6-1 Etsy fees. Okay, $860. And then we have another business down here, web security, and that is a normal monthly. And $37.31. Okay, so that should be all of my business expenses, but you never know. Actually, there will be another one later in the month. We'll get back to the brown ones here in a little bit. So we have chiropractor on, I'm allotting 2 times this month. Okay, we have a subscription for Kindle Unlimited, $12.98, no changes there. And then just that's next week. And then we have a Domino's, $38.92 on dining. Okay, there we go. And that is everything for this week, for the last 2 weeks, except for the sinking funds. So let me open that. It's been a moment. My brain is not working right now, so I apologize. Whoa, that was apologize. Very Texan slang. Okay, so Malwarebytes subscription came out on the 2nd. 86, 59. Then we have on the 4th, that was Apple and Etsy and Passion Up Entertainment / crafts, and that was $55.91. And then also on the 4th we have CVS, which is medical, and that was $7.41 for some pain meds for my TMJ, TMD, whatever you want to call it. And then the other ones so far have been vacation, and the first one on the 6th includes vending from the concert venue, hotel, travel expenses, including gas and stopping, and then also Saltgrass. Buc-ee's. That's where I stopped. If you're from Texas or have been to Texas, you know you always on a road trip stop at a Buc-ee's if you can. So vacation, I lumped it all in because it all happened on the same day. And then on 6/7 we have Kiki's, stopped for breakfast, for vacation. And I did not stop at Buc-ee's the second day because it was on the opposite side of the road, so I just stopped at rest stations. 46. So that was breakfast, and it was quite a lot for breakfast, but I tipped our wait staff because there was one in training, and then the table behind us, their kids were throwing eggs at us, and I sat there and I watched the staff having to clean underneath the table. It was so bad, and that family was very rude when we, not really confronted, we just let them know that their kids were throwing eggs, and the mother was like, they finished their eggs a long time ago. Well, obviously they didn't because they're throwing them. And the father had been in the restroom, or had taken one of their children to the restroom, and he came back and he's like, tell us how we can repay you. It's like, tell your kids to apologize and accept that they did something wrong. That's all we need you to do. We don't need you to do anything else. It's just teach your kids to, you know, they were old enough to know that they shouldn't be throwing eggs, basically. But so I ended up tipping the wait staff a lot more because having to deal with people like that, not good. So that is it for the past 2 weeks so far, and yeah, that's where we're at. So as you can tell, in my room, laundry pile over here, absolutely ridiculous. Sleeping cat. Well, he's not sleeping. Are you? But I do have another sleeping cat. I don't know if the camera will get it, but he's in the cat tree over there. I did have a third. Sugar was back here with Jack a little bit, but I am working on the room over there. I had to go to Home Depot. I may have to go again and get concrete stain because I think I'm almost out of the white stain. So yeah, so we will have some more expenses on that on the refresh side. But I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I will be back in my next video whenever that is, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Bye everybody, and have a wonderful week.